World-class athletic talents?
Ruthless competitors?
Both.
Whether two nations are clawing for World Cup supremacy.
Or two athletes competing for a deeper place in mountain bike history.
A truly great rivalry is a collision of skill,
Of style. And willpower.
They like winning. That's what champions do. That's how it is. Anything else, don't really cut the mustard for them.
At the beginning of the season, when you've never won a World Cup, it's so easy to really focus on that goal and really be willing to do anything to win.
Hey, Courtney, winner of the first two races.
But when you have a lead in the overall, it kind of presents a mental challenge where you're at some points kind of trying not to lose.
38 seconds back, and this is going to be hard to recover from.
In Andorra, I felt like I was racing not to lose and more conservatively, and that's just not how I want to race my bike.
Yolanda Neff, second overall in the World Cup standings. It's something that she will not give up without a fight.
If you want to win, you have to ride like you deserve to win.
Just 125 points then between Kate Courtney and Yolanda Neff.
The start of a World Cup cross-country race is all menace and muscle. A call-up foreshadowing the chance of arriving at the first single track with the leaders, or whether a tough day at the office will mean fighting through the field.
And the starting order?
Determined 36 hours ago with a test of power and pain tolerance, known as short track. A top finish in short track scores you 125 World Cup points. Top 24 means a place in the front rows for the XC race. And not an inconsequential advantage.
Oh, is Kate competitive? Kate does not like to lose.
And here we go then. Kate Courtney there on the inside, right on Neff's wheel.
Kate's not afraid of losing, which I think is another important thing. She's willing to take risks.
There's Kate making an attack. So Kate Courtney waiting for total no one. She's decided now is the time to go. 2 laps then.
My mantra for the short track was forgive yourself for not being perfect and give yourself permission to be awesome.
Kate Courtney then takes her second short track victory of 2019.
Okay. Now you know how we got here.
So, kick back, grab yourself a beverage, and enjoy.
Kate Courtney dominating this World Cup series. She did win the short track here on Friday. And round 4 is underway. And of course, Yolanda Neff sprinting her hard there on the number 2 bike.
Kind of a slower start to the season. It's always easy to compare yourself, but for me the best is to just do what makes me happy and what makes me ride fast.
Today it was really being smart and patient. I know my ride probably didn't look patient.
It is Kate Courtney who is taking the lead.
That's actually when patience plays the biggest role, because it's so easy to push too hard.
Neff goes through nearly a minute back now, perhaps struggling again in the early stages of this race. Kate now looking dangerous to me, Bart. She's looking like she's in the zone.
People say, how did this happen? How did she get so good so fast?
Now on to the last lap. No one in sight at the moment.
We have a saying in our family that life happens in slow motion. She didn't get so good so fast. It's a process that she's been working on for a decade.
Here we go then, so Neff back in there now, but it looks like the pace is being upped.
34 seconds. And Yolanda knows to win, it's almost impossible.
It's been a real tour de force for this woman today. The Stars and Stripes win 3 out of 4 cross-country World Cups this year. So Yolanda Neff comes up to take second place. A brave ride from Yolanda Neff keeps the World Cup overall alive. Still no wins in 2019 for Yolanda Neff.
It's not easy riding with a champion behind me. Thanks for pushing.
You know, the goal is no longer to someday maybe win a World Cup. The goal is to really perform the best I can.
Dur. Plus dur à côté. Plus dur? Ouais, plus un peu dur aussi technique. Ah ouais? Ouais. Tu pars, c'est le premier gauche. Rien que là, ça a fait.
Ah ouais?
Mais longtemps.
Ah là-bas? C'est sûr. Ça rentre pas, mais pas du tout. La moyenne, c'est bizarre, c'est la moyenne de l'arrière, elle est pas pire.
If there was one track where the bike could be struggling with, I think it would be this one.
Et le bas, ouais, le bas, il a manque en fait un peu bizarre ça.
I mean, the most challenging to set up a bike is to get the right balance. That's 80% of your setup. You need to play with the front fork height, working with spring preloads, air pressures. You have to get that right before you start turning clickers.
As soon as there is high frequency, which is pretty much grass, as soon as I was trying to push, I would feel my front end super eager to wash. You change, of course, your balance, so your shock will be a little bit stiffer, your fork will be a little bit softer, because you're not gonna hit as many rough things than you hit in Andorra.
I doubt that there's anybody in this paddock that is coming into season as well prepared as Loic is.
I'm tired. Every time we go for time training, I don't have a f***ing plate. Who's the peakiest?
Loic.
Why?
He's French. No, sorry, no, I shouldn't say that.
If I was going to describe in one word who's my main contenders, it'd be the Frenchies.
What makes the Frenchies so good, you think?
No idea. There's something in the French water, I tell you.
Perhaps there is something in the Perrier that makes them so fast. But this is a uniquely French type of rivalry, where a shared joy of achievement makes sure there's no beefs in the baguettes.
It's a really amazing rivalry between Piron and Bruni. The fact is that instead of being like we don't like each other, they embrace each other's success. They celebrate France, man.
Competitive. Not with me. I think he has in his blood, my father blood, so he's competitive, but always respectful with other.
They got into this situation where bike allows them the emotional contentment, the happiness to execute and accept the risk that's required to win races, regardless of the terrain. That's it, so it boils down to emotional state really, no matter what.
Le champion du monde est en piste, il est deuxième, il va gérer cette course, il n'ira pas chercher.
Oh no, they're all red. So Emery just went. So it's clear? Yeah.
Le voilà Loic Bruni, deuxième, 3-0-0, 73 pour Super Bruni. Alors,
c'est bien, mais c'est pas le 3 qui est devant pour les points.
J'ai gratté 10 points sur toi.
An individual downhill World Cup is an exercise in simplicity. Fastest rider down the mountain wins. Claiming a UCI World Cup overall, however, takes significantly more skill with arithmetic. Fastest in qualifying and you'll net 50 points.
A win on race day means you're riding away with 200 points.
Following along? Lovely.
Now, rinse and repeat that consistently for 8 races.
Avoid mechanical malfunction.
Elude injury.
And maintain a level of Zen-like emotional equilibrium.
Laurie Greenland. It's a spectacular run, and he does go fastest. Loic Bruni takes the lead in the shave.
1 minute. Give it up, brother. Perfect.
Kevin and I felt like we had the bike dialed in, and I felt super focused.
One of the real dark horses today, Iles. And absolutely flat out up top here. I wouldn't mind betting he'll be somewhere near when he comes in the shot, unless he's had a problem. And I'm starting to think he has.
Ah putain.
Yeah, he's been down. Iles has been down then. So desperate is he to win one of these things. It'll come, but not today.
I finished, and then I like hopped over the fence to like stand with the run, and just like kind of broke down and was like crying. Because it's like, am I not focused? You start questioning everything. Is it the bike? Is it me? Am I not strong enough? Am I not good enough? Like, that's tough.
Troy Brosnan, second overall in this year's World Cup. Oh, he goes second, 0.6 back for Troy Brosnan.
For the race, sometimes my mom is like that, you know. We are really nervous when Loic is on his bike.
The series leader, the world champion. Well, Bruni was fast last week, and he is again here at the top. 0.3 up then for Loic Bruni.
On the side of the track, there was so much noise and people, but I was a bit scared because you put so much more commitment because they just pump you up. That's why I was like, trying to chill.
He goes wide there. He goes really wide there. He's definitely lost some time, I would say. Is it going to be enough to see Bruni take the lead? Bruni goes fastest by over a second. Wow. Just Piron now at the top. The winner in Fort William this year. French not disappointed the crowd here this afternoon. So Henry Piron coming down the line. It's going to be his second World Cup win of 2019.
Oh my God, I gave everything. Nearly crashed. I was lining everywhere. I think that was my limit.
Bested by a rival after an epic battle.
C'est la vie.
He's in a place now where the bike works really well. He's made all the mistakes he can make. He's just sick of it, obviously. Now he's in a position where he's got the experience and he's applying it, and it's as simple as that. Because championships are won in your bad weekends, and you're second place if you're Loic Bruni, not 52nd.
Because with the right experience and perspective, even second place can leave you feeling magnifique.